was nothing racist about me saying that wasn't racist. I was just gonna finish off with I love System of a Down, so I'm not racist against Armenians.
Welcome to Is It Punk with Connie. This is episode 55? 55, I think.
Season 2,
episode 3, full episode 55. There's a lot. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, we really bit into a big cow with this one.
So you did 52 episodes before you started.
We decided. Yeah, so we did like a year, and we were like, "Oh, we're gonna quit." And then we had the idea for this stupid Super Bowl of Emo, and we were like, "Nah, we'll keep going." So then we did season 2.
Now we're doing another year, another round.
We'll see how long it goes.
Another round around the sun. Me and Connor once a week, getting together, shooting the shit about punk rock or whatever we feel like now.
Yeah, kind of just free balling.
Now we're just free balling. We're not even living off the old like the way we did it. What would it be? The old style.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, get those words out.
I've worked all day.
You can tell that we've been doing this for a year. Anyways,
throw the rule book out the window.
Let's introduce our guest this week. We're joined by Emmett. Introduce yourself.
Well, hi, my name's Emmett. I have no credentials. I have no reason to be here other than that I'm Connor's friend, and now I like to say I'm Ian's friend. I don't know.
A little early.
We're acquainted. I've become acquainted with Ian.
Yeah, I don't think you may want to say you're my friend yet. You don't know what I'm gonna.
Yeah, you know what he's about.
You don't know what I'm about to say.
I kind of know what Ian's about. So I'm Connor's friend. I met Ian, and my credentials are I sometimes listen to emo, and I've known Connor. I think I've known you for over 10 years.
That is a true statement. It is now year 11 of knowing each other.
I do want to say you do have credentials.
Okay.
You were in 8th grade when you met Connor.
Yeah, and I was a sophomore in college.
So, not saying there's anything weird.
I also ran an ill-fated tape label for maybe 4 months that I lost money on.
Yeah, you're like a classic like young kid in the scene who kind of like is there. Like that's normal. Like that's like I think like never mind. But hold on.
It's okay. If you're worried about like accidentally roasting me, it's okay because you'll probably be right.
No. I think it's a good thing. Like I think that like people, there was a time when it was just like the young boys would show up, and the young kids would show up, and the people would be like, oh, there's a kid here. We should like kind of like be nice to him and show him like the DIY roots or whatever, you know, in a platonic way that's normal.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are that, and like I think that's like credential because you got like you've been doing this for years. You got taught like way early on.
Ian, I gotta hit a pause,
bro. I was groomed, bro.
I gotta hit a pause on this, fellas. So I just need to make it the record straight that I did not meet Emmett under any sort of gross or sexual situations.
Connor,
I met a mutual.
He's here today.
I met a mutual friend of ours, Zach, on Tumblr.com. And then I went to a Crucial Dude show.
Fuck yeah.
Also on that bill was some band that I don't remember.
They got
and Tomahawk Chop.
Yeah, shout out Tomahawk Chop, Dan Clements.
Shout out. And
also
did State Lines play that show too or no? I can't remember. I don't think so.
They might as well have if it was a show at Ethical Humanist Society.
That is very true.
Of 2009 and 2012.
They might. They. I mean, at very least, they would have been in and around the area. But yeah. Didn't Bellwether play that show?
Yeah, that was that
band.
Canceled.
Maybe at the very least, dog shit. But we don't need to get into it.
Accusations like that. Edit that part out.
We'll
can't just say is that band canceled and maybe it's not true.
Well, I think at the very least they were terrible. But
all right, yeah.
Emmett and I met at that show.
That guy in the urinal.
Then we, over the next few years, went to a few shows together, and I did not know that Emmett was a small little baby boy. I just assumed you were like between the ages of 17 and 20.
kept it a secret from everyone. My parents.
Yeah, when questioned, Connor was like, I didn't know he was so young. He's so old for his age. He's so mature.
He's so mature. I mean, to be fair, everybody thought I was 16. So everybody kind of assumed we were probably the same age.
True.
I just looked like a little baby.
You didn't. There's still pictures of us at. Actually, I think that Crucial Dude show might have been 2009 because there's a picture.
Because I was out of high school. That was definitely 2011.
Okay, so yeah, 2011.
I remember it on Tumblr,
I was wearing a Minecraft shirt at a Crucial Dude shirt. It was covered in blood, but
you were wearing a Minecraft shirt.
All right, so my Zoomer might be showing a little.
That I was just gonna say, that's your Zoomer. The only problem is you're at a pop punk show, so that makes you more millennial. But you're wearing a Minecraft shirt, so your Zoomer is like there.
Yeah,
like you are living on the border.
A man between two worlds.
Yeah, dude. Just trying to find my place in this kooky world.
So wait, you ran a little tape label?
Yeah.
How old were you? Right? Was that when you were 16? Because that seems
Sycamore. Like no. This was senior year of high school, going into freshman year of college.
Because you had been in the scene for so long that you were already started giving back. Versus like some people, they hit 18 and they don't know that like you could start a tape label.
Hold on, let me see. Do I have? I think I have one.
You got one tape lying around? Oh, dude, he's about to go fetch a tape.
Wolf Boy's there. Connor, have you ever thought about starting a tape label?
Yeah, several times. I think about it honestly at least once a week.
Dude, I think about that kind of stuff too. Should we start one?
I did
maybe.
I fucking thought I had some. They're all in like a box somewhere.
Hell yeah! What bands did you put out?
There's this band Scout.
I remember that.
There's a side project from.
Shout out to Joe.
Yeah.
Dude from Tumblr that I still follow on Instagram. What's up? Definitely doesn't know about this podcast.
You should.
No, hell no.
But did you put out a Gotham thing?
I did. I put out. We did their vinyl and sold nothing.
Fuck. Wait,
yeah! You actually put out a vinyl?
Yeah, it was the biggest waste of money.
That's a money.
It took like 4 DIY labels that no one had heard of, and everyone pitched in like $250, and like none of the records got moved. And
that rules.
It was pretty sad, honestly. Like there's like a stack of 45 records that it was sat in my. I think I still owe the guy money for the records, but I was like, I can't sell these. He was like, yeah, I sold half of mine to Looney Tunes, like on Looney Tunes Records on Long Island.
Dude, shout out Looney Tunes Records.
Yeah.
That place sucks.
I was like, I'm sorry, like they're on my Bandcamp. I'm trying, but like,
here we are.
I don't think I ended up giving him money. And
dude, classic DIY punk stuff right there.
Yeah. But my logo is on a vinyl that maybe like 8 to 15 people own.
Dude, honestly, hold on to those in like 30 years on Discogs. That shit could pop off like a Pokemon card.
I think they might have all not exist anymore. Maybe.
I have a inappropriate question that is not inappropriate. It's more just like people don't usually ask this type of question.
Hit it.
But like I'm kind of interested. What would you consider your punk subgenre? Because like I know that you're obviously like invested in like punk subgenres slightly, right? Or would you not consider yourself so? Like if you were to like be like I'm a blank kid, even though like you're not a kid anymore, what would you like put in there?
I don't know if I could put myself into a box.
Damn.
I guess just like it has to be.
It doesn't have to be like that. No, I was just like, okay, so like, what were you putting out? And then like, do you still consider yourself like, you're like, okay, this is my like genre. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. The stuff that I was putting out was probably like Joyce Mannery, like I don't want like pop punk, but
not like pop punk that was big at that time, you know?
Yeah. Like pop punk that actually has punk to it. And then, and then just like local bands like that, but that's not really
Not fully your vibe.
Not fully my vibe. It was also just like, oh, I sort of know you, and you sort of like are in a band, and I'm doing this thing. Like, if you give me $50, I'll get 50 tapes, and like you can sell half at shows, and I'll try to sell half on my web store, and that never worked. And then I have like all these.
You actually made bands pay for things?
Well, they would make money and then some by selling them at the show, and then I would be like, hey, I know you have no money, I have no money. Here's the deal. Do you want to like? I had no idea how any of it worked.
You're like, this seems fair. And then every time you're like, I'm losing money somehow.
Yeah, I lost money. Well, I was like, look, it's like
child stuff.
It's like a couple $100, like say it's like $200 or like $100 to get like a run of tapes made. It's like I would give them most of the tapes to sell at shows.
Yeah.
And then I would attempt to like sell enough online to like break even,
and it never worked.
Like with the math, if they sold every tape or like 2/3 of the tapes at shows, they would make their money back and then make money. That was at least my logic. I hope I didn't piss bands off. I hope there's not people.
No, I think you were probably fine. I've done like, okay, so I was in the band and we got put on a DIY punk label, but how ours worked was we just went out to lunch with the guy and he like shook our hands and he says like, the only thing is I want you guys to play shows. And then within a year we weren't really playing that many shows, so
hell yeah.
But I did hear that most of our vinyl did, like most of our 7-inches did move eventually, although I have a feeling it got just like they got put in to like people's orders or something. But
like, hey, check out this free band, they might be good. Constant Struggle, check them out.
Yep. Yeah, this was also a 4-track record that for some reason this one kid who is like the DIY label that was putting. Are we gonna put all this in? I'm kind of talking shit about DIY label scenes on.
Hit it.
No, this is gonna come back to me.
But once you restart your label,
it'll never pop off now. He's burned the bridges.
Are you still like involved in music at all?
Not really. My life's gotten way more boring.
Yeah.
I like went to school for computer shit and then have been like working in restaurants.
I mean, honestly,
went to
it's
school
pretty
for
punk.
Computer shit and now you work at restaurants, or are you done with school?
Oh fuck.
I don't know what happened, but he didn't like that question. So
no, I don't like that question. It's okay. No, I just like came out of school and it was COVID, and I was like, all these jobs look dumb and big tech is gross.
For sure.
And so I've been working as a line cook, trying to figure it out. And like,
I mean, there's nothing more punk than moving to Brooklyn, ditching what your college degree is about, and working in a kitchen.
Facts, and hating it, and like, but also loving it. I don't know, and not being able to quit it.
Food's pretty good.
After you fall down the stairs and get a concussion.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Shout out to TBIs. Ian's got a stupid little broke leg too, so
yeah,
I'm fit as a fiddle right now.
Yeah, for now. The curse of the emo pod or is a punk pod will come and get you.
I'm too lucky, dude, to get hurt.
Yeah, you got that fucking Irish in you.
Oh, so much of it.
Dude, I'm half German, so
yeah, fuck you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
identify more as an Irish person, so
that's kind of racist, but we'll let that go. Fellas, do we want to get into this?
Should we dig in?
Should we dig fucking in?
I think we should. This is going to be released after the Super Bowl, so people are going to be feeling the vibes of whatever happened on the Super Bowl.
Dude, could be happy, could be sad. Emmett, before we get started, I gotta know, who are you picking for the Super Bowl?
Definitely the Jets.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
It's their year. It is their year. Finally.
Give me 1 second.
Dude, the Jets, I don't know fuck all about football, but I think the Jets are the worst football team ever made.
Either of these teams, dude.
I'm picking the Chiefs.
Okay, again, problematic for multiple reasons.
Oh yeah, aren't they the? I like the Washington State football team, honestly.
So they're changing their name. A little football talk, and I'm so bummed about it because I think that the Washington football team is such a good name.
Just like, you know what we're about.
Yeah, it's
Washington.
Like,
we're from Washington, and we're a football team.
Yeah, it's like almost like it's like almost minimalist, you know, like it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna
Let's
what if their name was just
down and
football?
start from the bottom.
but too bad they're not artists. If they were true artists, they would be called like
what is their name gonna be?
I think it's gonna be like the
does art have to come from an artist?
The colonizers or something. I don't know what they're gonna be called.
Like the commanders.
It would be so sick.
No, it is the commanders.
Yeah, commanders.
It literally is the commanders.
Dude, it would be so sick if the Chiefs just changed their names to the Chefs. Just pop out that eye.
That would also be a good idea, except I feel like the chef community would they be offended by that?
I don't know. Well, Emmett's just a line cook.
As a person of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I cooked a wild game duck the other day. It was pretty good.
Tight.
Yeah.
I'm
a chef. So
I was just at the restaurant today. They got 65 ducks in for Valentine's Day.
Let's go, dude. I can't believe all those ducks made reservations.
Yeah, dude. They shot them all themselves too.
Do ducks
in the street?
Does duck meat make you horny? Is that like a thing? Is it like what's that called?
Oh, it's an aphrodisiac.
An aphrodisiac.
No, I think it's just like
duck an aphrodisiac.
It's like a luxury food.
Yeah, everyone knows the rhyme. Duck makes you fuck.
Is that
I thought about some kind of gross to say there, but instead let's talk about Jimmy World's Clarity versus the Promise Rings Nothing Feel Good.
This is a no-brainer for me, but go for it, guys.
Okay, so that song that we were doing for that episode, is that even the football song, or was that like the Universal song?
No,
it's Monday Night Football.
He was doing the Universal song.
It's the Monday Night Football song.
Is it the Monday Night Football song? I thought there's a Sunday Night Football song that's like it's like, what's her name? Carrie Underwood. And it's like, it's time for some football.
They put lyrics to it.
Dude, there's too many fucking football. When I was trying to make that clip for the intro, which everybody listening to this has already heard several times, there was like 30 different football songs I found. But that is the one I was looking for because that's what I remember from the old Madden games I had.
Yeah.
I remember the song from Madden that was like, fourth down, what to do now? Seems only inches away from a touchdown. No matter what happens, the choice is on you. This is John Madden, 2002.
Yeah.
Wow.
EA Sports got me into Fat Boy Slim.
Dude, see? EA Sports, it's in the game.
All right.
There's EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, let's hit it with this first one. I think it's a no-brainer.
What is it, Emmett? What's the no-brainer?
It's Jimmy Eat World.
Wow.
Easy. It's like easy. It's so easy.
This is crazy.
And everyone's going to have a problem with this. And I know everyone's going to have something to say. I put on the record for my Promise Ring that everyone loves. And I don't think it's a bad record. I like a lot of songs from it. I listened to the first song and he said Delaware 5 times in the first 30 seconds.
Delaware's pretty cool.
I was like, I don't like Delaware. I don't like the state of Delaware. I want him to stop saying Delaware. And then I turned it off and I was like, I've heard this album before. And I went back for another listen and I was like, this ain't it, Chief. And then I listened to Clarity by Jimmy Eat World and I was like, fuck yeah. He didn't say Delaware once probably. And I just feel like I have more in-depth notes that I can review of like my stream of consciousness as I'm listening to these records.
I mean, notes are stupid. I think stream of consciousness is definitely better. So your entire pick here, Jimmy Eat World over the Promise Ring, is based solely on your hatred for Delaware.
No,
okay.
I also wrote about Promise Ring. This sounds like if Tony Hawk music was far less cool.
Okay, so I think I know what you mean. Fully by that, like it's
totally
not
understand.
But I think that's the charm to it. It's like it's weakling like skate punk. You know what I mean? Like I've skated to this record, and because I'm a weakling skate guy, and I think that's a charm to it. Yeah, to be honest,
hey, I'm not going to say it's a bad record. I'm not going to say it's without charm. I say, look, he mentions a gas station. It's on the cover. Nice. And this one song, he goes, like Malcolm in the Middle. Okay, we can move our body, finally. And I say, maybe I am actually too young for this. So, I don't know. Maybe it just is not.
So I'll say Jimmy Eat World. Of course, the song's not on Clarity, but in a praise chorus, he does shout out Davey from the Promise Ring. and he loves the Promise Ring.
I'm not no hate.
Jimmy loves
no
the Promise
to
Ring.
Anyone. No hate to the Promise Ring.
I'm just saying. I think Jimmy would pick Promise Ring over Clarity.
Oh, so you're trying to fuck? Am I being outvoted right now?
Well, honestly, because also like when you see Jimmy World Live, or the one time I saw Jimmy World Live, they didn't play a single song off of Clarity, which I found offensive. And like, why would I go? Like, True. I was like bummed out about that.
But we're not. So it's not germane to this discussion.
No, I know.
They could all suck live now and not.
No, I know. I just want to say, but I am blown away by. I didn't even know he was saying Delaware, and I just realized that every line starts with the word Delaware.
Yeah, and I'm like, woof, like this. I'm over it. And look, there are like I said, I like that record. The one song I wrote, oh yeah, make me a Chevy. This one song I like, but also it's so dumb. Ha 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 ha.
So I also want to say that it took me a minute to get into this like Promise Ring record. Like I had to like, this is one of those things that like it was put on and then eventually like something hit with me and I just started fucking loving it. But I will say is this thing on is actually a pretty bad opener. Like in reading the lyrics, they were repeating the same thing the entire time.
Well, he's trying to check if this thing is on.
Yeah, but he doesn't say is this thing is on. He says Delaware. Are you aware of air supply and television?
Yeah, and like I don't want to stop saying Delaware.
And to be honest, I don't really know what that means.
It's just
let's see
a little word game for
Hold
you.
On.
Now, brown cow.
I'm gonna pull up Genius annotation. So Delaware, J Tree, the record label that released Nothing Feels Good, is located in Wilmington, Delaware. Okay, so we got that. We also have Air Supply, the Australian soft rock duo. And then we have Television, which is the seminal alternative band from the 1970s based in New York City. Founding members Tom Valerian, Billy Fika, and Richard Hell were born or raised in Delaware.
Wow, interesting. Also, I wanted to mention the one time I saw Jimmy World, I don't know what they played because I got a concussion immediately and had to be pulled to the side.
All right, dude, you shouldn't be sharing this on the pod. That's real embarrassing.
Yeah. It was a very large human decided to crowd surf, and I was unaware that anybody was crowd surfing, and they fell onto my head, and I bounced off the concrete.
During Jimmy Eat World. I didn't even know people crowd surfed to Jimmy Eat World.
It was bamboozle. People were being flagrant.
Bamboozle. Got bamboozled by bamboozle.
That is a true statement. We got to move. Ian, what are you voting?
Okay, honestly, I am on the Jimmy Eat World side. I didn't give my opinions much on this. I kind of just talked about fucking Promise Ring, but I will say that like this Clarity record, this shit got me into this shit. Like this is one of my top ones.
We know where Emmett's going on this, and to be honest, I was giving shit, but I'm picking Jimmy Eat World also.
Really? And hey, you can't. I'm not trying to take away. I understand it's like one of the seminal.
It is
like emo records, but just
they both are.
They both are. That's
and like
the
you
thing.
said, like the Promise Ring one also took a bit to grow on me, but like going back for listen, going from that and then right into Clarity, I was like, oh, thank God! Like I like this a lot better.
I loved Promise Ring off rip. First time I heard it, I was like, this is me. But I also felt that way about Jimmy World.
Yeah, I felt when I first the first Jimmy World song I heard that wasn't their hits, because I did own Bleed American. That was like one of my first albums I ever owned, but I wasn't like fucking all about it. But then when I heard A Sunday by Jimmy Eat World, for some reason that just like that song was so good, it just like grabbed the shit out of me. And I still really like that record.
Just right up there. Just
really like it. I think it was like for like a 10-year anniversary thing. And like it was, and I heard a live version and it was so good, but this one is, I just love this album a lot.
And the song Claire, it's named after a girl, is like one of the most emo ones on the whole record, of course.
Wait,
is that on that?
No,
that's on Static Prevails. Never mind.
Static Prevails,
but dude, the song is called Claire Itty.
Whoa!
I wonder if I wonder if it's the same girl. Dude.
Anyways, now we have I Hate Myself 10 songs versus Title Fight Floral Green.
This is also very easy, but
Is it?
In my opinion.
Let's let Connor go first.
Yeah.
Connor, you go first. I want to hear what your thoughts on this are.
All right. So, right next to me, I do have a floral green pennant. So that is a bit of a telltale sign of what I might vote for. I've seen Title Fight like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, we've seen them together more.
We have seen them together. And every single time they've been amazing.
They put on a really good show.
And I see them through all the eras. Like I saw him with Shed. I saw him with this. I saw him with pay-per-view. I guess I didn't see him pre-Shed, so whatever. Fuck me. But they're so fucking good.
I did.
Fuck you.
Actually, did I?
Probably not. You were probably in the womb. But
yeah, probably not.
I hate myself. Like one of the first like real emo bands I ever listened to. Like I know a lot of people probably got put on to I Hate Myself via tumblr.com, but like when I got called an emo kid in junior high, they were like the band I found when I was like, what is emo? And it's so good. It's just, but this is so hard to put up against Floral Green.
Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in just because it just came into my head, and I gotta say things that come immediately to my head, or else they'll go away forever. So this is really hard for me. I do know how hard it is. I will say this is going to be something that's going to be a little thing. I reference I Hate Myself songs way more than I reference Floral Green songs. Like me and my friends have a joke of like we say like how's your bell curve to each other. Like mine's right skewed, average low. And then when I remember when I was like in statistics class and like was like I literally was like just the entire time I would just leave statistics class and just like play I Hate Myself, just go and just listen to Caught in the Flow with the captain of the cheerleading squad. Is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
And just because I don't know, that shit hit. And then I don't really reference Floral Green that much, but I will say Floral Green's fucking really good.
Ian, can you say statistics for me?
Statistics.
There you go. We got it.
Yeah, I mean
statistics.
My take is it's almost like apples and oranges. Like you can't flat out say Title Fight isn't an emo band, I guess. I just think like we all it's a great record, and I don't know if it's my favorite of theirs, but it's
the emo-est one.
It is the emo-est one. I just don't think it has a spot in the pantheon of like the influential.
But we're not going with influential because we're also talking modern day. We have did our OG list was also had a record that came out like a week ago or like 2 weeks ago.
True facts.
So
but then comparing these,
that was like our thought process. Like we got to talk about just in general, and we can have modern day classics. And I really, really do think Floral Green is a modern day classic.
No, I'm not.
Do you disagree?
No, it just makes it harder.
I'll say
the face there was like you're like, oh, I'm about to drop a hot take.
No, it's like
sucks ass.
Thinking too hard, because now like I see where you're coming from. I don't know. Like you can't just base everything off of how influential it was.
Yeah,
but I just think if we're going for like,
I'll say I don't think I Hate Myself is that influential. Like I don't.
True.
I don't think I've ever heard that many bands that I think directly pull from I Hate Myself, other than maybe like a handful of like random scrams dorks who made bad music, but like Title Fight.
Not all scrams.
Not all scrams. But Title Fight is a massively influential band. Like they created a genre.
True. Actually, they probably are. That whole them and Tiger Jaw, that whole Wilkes Bar.
They influenced when they came out off their first record. Actually legitimately changed the scene. Like of pop punk, they were like they changed the scene with a release. Like
they were like, what if pop punk was good again? And everyone's like, damn, good story.
But it doesn't have to sound like Kid Dynamite.
Or like exactly. And like okay, so like I Hate Myself has honestly no true influences outside of I Hate Myself.
I guess we're just all
however, like every fucking buddy kind of fucks with them a little bit. Like you can play it for, I know people who were like into hardcore only and they kind of enjoy I Hate Myself. And I think it like it has such a full emotional sound to it that like it really hits a spot. Like it like truly like if there's an itch that it scratches oftentimes and you don't even realize it till you put it on and you're like, ooh.
And it's a joke. Like, and it's tongue in cheek, which is like the whole thing of being emo is being a pretentious, like little shitbag. So like having like naming yourself I Hate Myself and all your songs being so melodramatic and it being a bit like I think makes it hit.
Also like Dragon Ball Z references.
Yeah, which is how you know it's a bit.
And I just think it's just more emo. I don't know.
It is I think it is a more emo album. I think that if, especially in like a full context, I think the Floral Green is like a debated. Like some people, you could put that they'll be like, oh, this is a pop punk record. Some people would be like, this is a emo record. Somebody would be like, this is actually like an indie record. And then you'll have somebody who's like, yo, this is a hardcore record.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And then Title Fight gets booked at This Is Hardcore every year.
Which they should be because they're hardcore. I
get a double bloody nose.
I'm just going to go ahead.
That Title Fight's there.
I'm just going to go ahead and put I Hate Myself up.
Really? Because I was going to vote Title Fight.
I could be oof. Damn. I don't know.
I love this record so much more. I put this on all the time when I need to listen to something. Wow. I will just sometimes be like, oh, Title Fight, I'll throw this on. And then Title Fight is like a hugely, I don't want to say important band, but a huge.
They are.
I fucking love.
No, they're important.
I fucking love Title Fight.
Everybody loves Title Fight.
This is my Title Fight record. Like purely, this is it. We almost had Shed in this list, but then we got deleted because
mid pod we changed it.
Mid pod we did change it, but like, yo, this whole thing is good. They got the fucking everything going on. They got like the big ass choruses. They got crazy ass guitar sounds that they eventually went like head over heels with in later like parts of like
drowning like Sad Boy like singing. Where it's like
I love the video. And it's just like the slow motion video of the guy
VHS camera and stuff.
Well, yeah, and that changed the aesthetic of shit. Like literally skate videos. Are now were filmed for a little bit after this era in that like old 90s style. And I'm like, it coincided completely with that Title Fight release.
All fair points. I'm gonna pick I Hate Myself.
I will say you like really almost convinced me. I think you put up like I came in here like this is bullshit. I hate myself. But
I say that every morning I wake up.
Yes.
This is bullshit. I hate myself.
Okay. I'm gonna do a couple more times. I'm gonna do a couple more things. How often have you been driving through a tunnel and you thought to yourself,
I hate myself.
But did you know I hold my breath through every tunnel?
Never.
Really? All the time.
I never drive through a tunnel.
Did you know?
You can't use that one because you said that you never.
Never internally. Okay, this is an internal one.
I always think to myself that this is not Tenkaichi Budokai. I do think of that pretty much most of the time.
Sticking my head in the ceiling panel.
The next one is so off of hold on. Title Fight, Floral Green. I gotta look up the album, but like. I can't think of the song title off the top of my head. Fucking Lefty, the Harms on Lefty.
Mm-hmm.
You know that part,
but I'm a righty, so.
All right.
Emmett, I think we're voting. I hate myself. Hey, Title Fight, great fight. They put up a great fight. This was a good title fight, but I think they lost their title.
Bullshit.
I don't even want to strip them of any titles. I just think if we're here to find the best emo album. I'm not even going to say it's a bad album. Not even going to say it's not a good emo album. I just think.
You know what I think the issue with Title Fight is? I think the issue with Title Fight
suck.
No, I think the issue with Title Fight is if we were to do this again, right? If we were to do a Super Bowl of pop punk, a Super Bowl of hardcore, a Super Bowl of like modern alternative, they would be on every list, but they wouldn't win any of those things. They would always be top 5. Fuck, they might be top 3 every time, but they'll never win.
I feel like there's people who would disagree with you hard on this, except for the hardcore list, because that's also fucking.
I agree.
Dumb.
There probably are, and those people are probably fucking dorks. They probably also like Citizen or something.
Pop punk. Citizen.
I hate Citizen.
You know,
I like their new Killers record. Their new Killers Rickoff record.
Always opening, and that I never wanted to see fucking Sea Haven.
Dude, wow.
We can't talk shit about.
Apparently they got better, but like when we were like, whenever we were at like Amityville Music Hall or something, and like it would be like, oh, Sea Haven's open. I'd be like, oh, sick. The fucking guy with like the weird ass voice. I don't know. My experience with Sea Haven is I saw him live like twice, and then I tried to listen to 2 songs when I was like 16, and I was like, this is dumb. And
Ian, does this sound like a Zoomer to you?
No, like it's just I have mutual friends with Sea Haven, so
I mean,
like
I totally uneducated hot.
I hang out with a guy. So like, I literally hang out with a guy. Never mind. Okay, so I know what you mean. I was a big fan of Sea Haven. They were a brand new ripoff. Like it was like purely like their first record was, or their first not demo, like their first release. Ghost was just like Deja and Tendu worship, I was like, I was so fucking sold on that. And then like Winter Forever was sick. They had another album, and they have another album, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Dude, shout out. All right, so next up we have
shout out Torrance, California.
Snowing versus the Ghetto Kids. Crazy.
Okay. This one's a really, really, really fucking hard. Both of these albums reference girls' names explicitly. And let me tell you, that's the number one way of me to get fucking into a song. I don't even have to know a girl with that name. I am sold. Whenever you, it's the opposite of Delaware, because you're not naming a whole city.
Okay, Delaware is a state. But yeah, this one, it's crazy that he references Melissa, and then they have a song on the Ghetto Kids, Michelle. It's so close.
Well, okay, with what? Not only just Michelle, like fucking the second song, fucking
Don't Hate Me.
Yeah. Oh, Amy, don't hate me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, he had a lot of girls he was talking to. That seems. Hey.
Why do you think they all hated him?
That's true.
Well,
he might have been a little playing.
I think that song is about him just going on tour, and he's telling Amy, "Don't hate me, because
don't hate me.
I'm still in love with you."
Okay, yeah.
But I do love
just riffing, man.
Cutting my arms off. You know what I mean?
I love shotgunning a beer and going to bed, but at the same time, this would there be Get Up Kids? Okay, let's focus. Let's get focused. All right.
Seems hard. Would Snowing exist without the Get Up Kids?
Okay, absolutely not. They're a ripoff because of the fact they explicitly say a girl's name. Like only
what they.
That's their influence.
No band has ever done that before. The Ghetto Kids started it.
Who name someone else? Go.
Can't.
Exactly.
Tom Waits.
Tom Waits.
That's a guy's name. All right. First of all,
that's a man.
There are only 2 genders. Wait. Tom and Waits.
God bless America. God bless Tom Waits.
I was watching a movie and I was like, this motherfucker looks like Tom Waits.
John Tom Waits. Dude, we did a good job focusing.
We're watching the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Okay, so all right, let's take this album by album and critique it on an actual level besides like saying a girl's name. Which, by the way, is so you're telling you guys don't fucking get in on that. Like you don't get so stoked whenever you hear that.
Dude, put on From First to Last. Put on Emily.
Oh no, not a song title name.
No, I know, but when he yells Emily in the song, it's so good,
dude.
But like
that's
but also in
that's some fucking wacky emo shit.
That's some wacky emo shit.
Yeah, but this Snowing record, when this come out? 2011, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure like in 2012, I probably spent a solid 3 months where I listened to this record almost exclusively on repeat. And I've never done that with the Ghetto Kids.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this Ghetto Kids record is really good. I really like it. I go back to it a lot. And every time I go back to it, I go, damn, this is really good. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, what's the Valentine record?
I'm going to robots
so much tonight. I apologize to everyone listening that I'm going to be doing a lot of not knowing the name of things, but
it's classic good pod behavior.
Something to write home about. Yeah. I go a lot of like, that's the best record, but then I listen to 4 Minute Mile and I listen to it and I go through the songs and I'm like, oh, this is so fucking good. These choruses, some of these are so big and so good and so melodramatically emo. Like literally, oh Amy, don't hate me for running away from you. Like, and you just like, it's just like such a big ass chorus.
And
like,
it's so fun to sing along to.
It's like a fucking ABBA song with how big this chorus is. And then like you get to like
ABBA's not emo though.
And ABBA's not emo. And then like
they're Nazis.
Other things like, you know, like oh, so good. And then like No Love, like they're like when he says I don't want you to love me anymore. Fuck, dude, that shit's crazy.
When he says I don't want you to love me anymore. I mean, that's a pretty strong case. I don't know.
So like it's really good.
But the difference is
Hold on. Let's get your thoughts. I want your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on 4 Minute Mile.
Okay, so I'm trying to say my thoughts and you're cutting me off.
No, you're going to talk about snowing.
I was going to talk about snowing. Emmett, talk about 4 Minute Mile.
Honestly, I don't think I gave the record a good enough shot.
What's your relationship with
similar to Promise Ring, where like someone's like, you gotta listen to this. This is the emo record. And I'm like, all right. And I listened to it once and I was like, this is pretty good. And then I like every time I go back to it, I like it better. I don't know if I'm as passionate about it.
You probably looked at the song Washington Square Park and were like, this is a Wonder Year song.
Yeah,
that's a joke for 7 people.
They don't turn the fountain on anymore.
No, well, hold on. Park. Side note, we're talking pop punk, not emo. What are you doing? You doing I'm
not listening to the Wonder Years. I'm not listening to the Wonder Years.
Yo, fuck you, dude.
We've talked about this. I hate that band.
I love that band.
Oh my god, dude.
Really? You guys hate this band?
They like a song comes on and I find myself because it's catchy and I'm like, no, stop it.
Okay, so here's the thing about the Wonder Years is I know
Teacher on the fountain.
Logan Circle. See, you know it though. You know
it, and I wish I didn't.
I love it. Like that shit is like, oh, I go,
but it's just an earworm.
But you see, Ian, so I am still sad. I am sad. And that's why we're talking about emo right now.
But okay, whatever. I'm not.
Yeah, I know that's the point. I know that's the point.
That's the fucking point.
So, 4 Minute Mile. It's a pretty good
damn concept record.
It's a pretty good record. Stay Gold Pony Boy is a good song, and I mean the closer, Michelle 1L is really fun. And didn't Motion City Soundtrack cover that?
Which one? Michelle with 1L?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Like sure
Motion City Soundtrack is a Ghetto Kids like rip-off band.
They are like, which is such a fun like I heard Motion City Soundtrack first and then I heard the Get Up Kids and then I was like, oh, and it was like really fun to like discover that when I was like 13.
Yeah, I was sold on Motion City Soundtrack by the fact that someone said they were a Get Up Kids rip-off band, and I was like, and then I got fucking sold on Motion
with just
City
like
Soundtrack.
Heavier synth.
Yeah, and it rips.
It does rip.
But okay, like, wait, we asked Emmett, then interrupted him.
Well, he's got nothing to say.
It's tough because like I listen to snowing more, like don't listen to this record as often. Every time I go back to it, I'm like, oh yeah.
The Snowing record?
No,
Ghetto Kids.
Ghetto Kids. I think we gotta give it to Ghetto Kids. I love Snowing.
Wow.
Wait, you haven't heard me talk about the Snowing record yet.
I don't know. Well, I thought, I don't know.
No, this Snowing record is so fucking good. This is like,
I know.
I was obsessed with this record. Every time I put it on, I can go front to back, all the lyrics.
I want to scream and punch a wall and feel really emo.
Like, it's so good. And okay, so like I listen to it now and it's kind of really, really melodramatic and childish. Like sometimes I'm listening to it.
Oh yeah.
But like that's what hits. Huge charm. And then they have just such big moments. Like they're almost like undeniable. And like they have such specific lyricism that like I know that some people hate, but like they make it work in a way that isn't like that bad. Like I think like they're that towing of the line. Because you've ever heard like too specific of lyrics, or maybe not. They're so like I can't.
Well, I have one. I have them right here. So I pulled up the song KJ Jammin', and like shout out to Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin. That was like that's
his thing. But yeah, so it starts. The song goes. I was 20 when I had my first beer. It was a Miller Lite in Jay's bedroom. Bill and Jay were there, and I felt funny when I walked toward the stairs down to the bathroom. I thought, so this is how alcohol feels. Like, if you just read those lyrics, you're like, shut the fuck up.
You're reading some dude's just story that isn't like that interesting.
Yeah. But when you hear that as a straight edge guy who's never had a beer before, I'm like, I get it, dude.
No. But like you can tell like he was 20, so that means he like broke edge like that, that
or
those
just
lyrics
had a
to
beer.
Me, no, that means no. If you're 20 when you have your first beer, that means it's a breaking edge song. Like it's a song about breaking edge.
Or he's a nerd.
Yeah,
or he's just a nerd.
So many of these lyrics are so good and so specific, but like then they like it, what's really cool about what this record does, and like honestly, Wonder Years kind of does this too. But it takes a specific like. Very, very specific moment, and then thought, and then like brings it back out to like a general sort of like viewpoint of life, and like the whole record does this like nonstop, and just like kind of like it goes to the whole thing of like the whole record starts and like okay, sorry, I'm jumping around a lot. Okay,
we're jumping around so much.
Okay, so I'll calm down because I love this record, and I'm gonna jump around here though, but like. The whole record is also like obsessed with like death. Like it's like every song is about like coming to terms with like mortality in a lot of ways. Of like the first lyric is boom, play violin at my funeral. Like that's just like, and then that's also such a specific thing. And then like it talks about like just that's his whole thing. It's a whole song about like dying and what like how he wants his death to be treated.
And beyond that, so I shotgunned a beer and went to bed is one of the greatest songs ever written.
Yes.
Like I'm
just the best song titles.
Well, top tier song title. I'm looking at the lyrics right now and it's so good. It's just like undeniably great.
It's my second favorite on the record.
Why are my eyes always shifting away from anyone else's eyes? Is such like a sad Tumblr. Like that would be like in italics and just like posted on its own. And it would have like minimum 40K notes on it. And none of them would know it's a Snowing lyric.
It's the whole record is a bunch of like sort of statements that everyone feels is normal to themselves, but then is actually normal to everybody else in the world.
And if you vocalize it, you'd be made fun of.
Yeah, but it's also like why it's like so
why it's hard,
great, and good.
We got to vote. Emmett, you're first. What are you picking?
Every time I think I know.
Real follower attitude.
Okay,
here.
Could be forever. Could be better forever. Is such a good fucking song. Like I think it's a better song than like if we're not talking choruses. If we're, I mean, even though it does have a cool ass chorus, but like I think this song and like the imagery it paints is so fucking good. Like it's better than like the going to have a beer in a friend's bedroom type vibes that you hear when you listen to KJ Jammin' or a desperate breakup song that is also about not being able to look people in the eyes. From So I Shotgun a Beer and Went to Bed. This is a song about like he literally talks about driving and wanting to drive off the side of the road, thinking about where he'll go when he dies, and wondering if he'll be there with St. Pete.
So is that you voting for
sleeping
snowing?
without a hole?
Is that you? Pete? Is that Catholic?
Yeah, that's fucking Catholic, buddy.
That's some fucking Catholic shit.
Yeah, so
right,
this
snowing.
record is going to win because it has Catholic references.
Okay.
I just got to get this. Ian's just like very convincing, and I keep coming in like thinking I know. And then you give an impassioned speech, and I'm like, well, maybe Ghetto Kids is actually my favorite band. And then I'm like, no, stop.
Dude, Ian's an educator. He's a teacher of children, a mover of worlds. So
that sucks.
Yeah, you gotta come prepared. This little bitch will try and trick you.
What do you teach?
I teach math.
Nerd.
Stupid.
I try to convince people that math is interesting.
Dude, how's your bell curve?
It's right skewed average low.
Okay, so anyways, now we have Glockamora versus the Hotelier. This is a crazy one, I think.
This is a kooky one.
This straight quirked up.
Fucking love both of these albums.
Yeah. So we got like when we did the first like tier, which was, and I mentioned this in the last pod, but Jimmy Eat World versus Promise Ring. That was like a battle between the titans of the era. You know what I mean? Like, and then we have this one also, which is a battle between, I think, titans of era. Like we have the early 2010s versus like the ending 2010s, even though I think it was like 2015.
Home Like No Places There was 2014, and Glockamora was, I think, 2013.
I felt like I lived so much of my life between those two releases.
Those are your formative years.
Those were big formative years.
Dude, honestly, probably posted about 100,000 times on Tumblr, so
yeah.
It's a lot of living.
I also got into them in like really sporadic places. Like I got into that Hotelier release, like really got into it like in 2016 or 2016. So,
Glockamora was 2012 when this record came out, actually.
Okay.
Which I think I said last time, I didn't listen to Just Married until like 2017 or 2018, but I listened to this Hotelier record like when it came out. Like I liked them like before this.
Can I be honest? When doing research for this episode, I couldn't stop going back to Glockamora.
Same.
They're just like so fun. They just like rip.
It's so fun. And then like Connor pointed out how it's like a breakup album, and I didn't truly even realize that. And now when I hear it, I'm like, oh, holy shit. Like this is like actually a very
it's a divorce record, not even a breakup
very
record.
Well made divorce record. Like
one of the only, I probably made maybe 5 memes in my entire life. And one of the biggest ones probably got like 250 plus like likes and shares on Tumblr.
Hell yeah.
So I photoshopped 2 Doritos things on his hands, and it's like, Dorito! I don't know what
The best part about it is he doesn't even say Doritos.
I know. I know.
But everyone thought he did. And I thought he did too. That's so good.
He should though.
He says Derrida.
I know. I have to Google what that
Shout out to Derrida.
Jacques Derrida was an Algerian-born French philosopher, best known for developing a form of semiotic analysis known as deconstruction, which he discusses in numerous texts and developed in the context of phenomenology.
Was I the only nerd that knew that when I heard that?
I knew it because I had Googled it the first time I read the lyrics to the song because I didn't know what it was.
I actually
shout out to college.
Both of you.
Shout out to college.
All right.
So I say this, right? I did go back to Glockamora a lot more recently, like when I've been doing research for this pod. But that's only because I've listened to this Hotelier record so many fucking times that like it is ingrained in my brain.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
bend the curtains.
And I just wanted to listen to Glockamora more because I like hadn't listened to it as much. But like anytime I put on Home Like No Place There, I can listen to the full thing, like cover to cover, happily, like at any moment.
You know what I think might be like a negative point for Glockamora in this is like, I would put a Glockamora song on at a party, maybe. That's not very emo. They're like, I get, you know, even though their lyrics are emo and it's like a raw, like, I don't know how to say raw is the right word.
Twinkly, it's a very aggressive twinkly emo record too. Like it's like
it's dancey.
It's got that going, but it's fucking shredded, but it's going fast. Like,
exactly.
It's a fast punk band.
Yeah, and Hoteler, I think they do the perfect thing of melding like pop punk sensibilities with like the emo spirit, you know.
And not just the emo spirit, like full on even punk spirit. Like I would say that like they're like, it's a political record. Like that's the other thing about it is like,
well, they're a political band.
It's a simultaneously political and personal record that I think is like pretty respectable.
Yeah, it's like some of the
Politics
best songwriting.
Emo.
I mean, you are correct.
Good point.
Politics are not emo. They are.
Although
punk.
we will say when we talk about Rites of Spring that like Rites of Spring, like that's they were kind of going. They were trying to be. I guess it's not political. I guess it's like very kind of minor politics, but they were kind of pushing against the tough guy.
Yeah, that's like socio-political shit.
Yeah, how shitty it is to live in this fucking world every day. Kind of, right?
Yeah. And then Hotelier kind of are on that vibe. I had someone tell me like, I asked like, oh, can someone suggest me like hardcore records? And I was like, and some guy was like, actually Ian, if he's listening to it, shout out to Ian. Not me, another Ian I know.
Cool shout out to the
really
other
like
Ian.
him. But he replied, he was like, oh, Hotelier. And I was like, that's not. I've heard this
record.
band. This is not a. This isn't a hardcore record. And he goes, yeah, but like
it's good though.
No, he goes, yeah, but like the way that they like are driving their point and like the way that they write their lyrics is like hardcore. Like it's and I still I don't even know if I agree with that, but people's world was blown when they heard this record, I will say.
Yeah. I've seen Hotel a couple times. Every time they're so fucking good. They're so good. Everybody has a great time. It's a big sing along. Never seen Glockamora. I imagine it's probably the same thing.
I sadly have not seen Glockamora.
I think they broke up pretty quickly, didn't they?
Oh, they did. Yeah. But
I hate those one and dones. I mean, they're always
pretty
the best
emo.
records.
They released another record outro, but it was kind of like garagey.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as good.
Never listened to it.
I listened to it exactly one time, I think. Yeah.
So I'm picking the Hotelier.
This is tough.
This is really tough. This is my pool of like, I don't know where I stand because like, I think that like, as someone who used to like be really about like really political records and kind of like
big propaganda guy,
huge propaganda guy, still my favorite band.
Dork.
But you know, dude, you're looking like an idiot right now.
Like, but dumb me, bro.
But like, there is that like huge thing tearing apart about me because I love dramatic ass like breakup like pop punk. Like that shit is that is also top tier. Like I love political, love the breakup. And
but is that what we're here?
Well, the Hotelier is also pretty breakup-y.
So I know it also is, and it talks about like
and
I would say
shit.
There is no better emo song in the last like few years besides like Your Deep Rest. Like that is like
it's hard.
I can't picture a better song than that's been released. But I will say
I can't name one, so I can't dispute it, but
it's up there. Like I'm not gonna say the number one, but it's gonna be like
there.
top
10. I'd pick Dendron, the last song on the record,
over Your Deep Rest,
maybe.
As most emo?
Not even most emo, just fucking banger, just all around.
I just love Dendron, like the way it builds and like
it's really cool.
The lyrics in it hits really hard.
Yeah, you're right. I'm definitely
singer.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with Glockamora.
Oh shit, Emmett, it's up to you.
No, I'm going Hotelier.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go.
I think Glockamore is like, they pump me up too much to be emo.
I think if I was like trying to pose, I would say Hotelier. But I think that what I listen to in my car on the day to day,
trying to
like going and vibing around. Like, no, it's like a more in-depth record. It's more artfully done. It's more like has more politics and it's better. It's like a good record. Like I think I wouldn't be ashamed to show somebody this record. Versus Glockamore, I would, but I fuck with it so much more personally. Like it's like it's not political, has no statement, but some guy being really bummed up about his wife leaving him.
Well, I'll say
and saying things like, "You were your mother's daughter who left me out to the slaughter." And God damn, that fucking rips.
Well, sounds like something a loser would say, Ian. So, anyways, we're gonna move on now.
I lost this round. I've lost every round, I think, because I've gone too hard with everyone.
No, but every time you put up good points.
Well, fellas, this time
I'd be more just about the lyrics.
This is a crazy one. We got Knapsack versus Taking Back Sunday.
All right, low key, haven't listened to Knapsack.
Yo, dude, you fucked up.
Emmett, you fucked up. You severely fucked up. Okay.
I got all the way down the list, and then I got almost down to this one.
Okay,
homework assignment. You have.
Thought it was only red.
You gotta listen to Knapsack. It's so good.
Let's.
I have no excuse.
I know we're on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, of course we're on YouTube. You dumb fuck.
We can't play like.
We could, but it's just it's a hassle. I'm not doing that right now. We're not set up.
You haven't. Okay, it is okay. You haven't listened to a Knapsack song like ever?
I don't know. I might have and not remember.
Okay, so full disclosure, this podcast came up because I thought this Knapsack record
was really good.
Was really fucking good. And I was like, yo, this is actually top tier emo records of all time. So I actually wanted to sit and force myself to listen to a shit ton of emo records to put up against this guy.
Well, that sucks that it's the one that I haven't listened to.
Well, good news. It's up against Taking Back Sunday, Tell All Your Friends, which I think is a good record, but doesn't hold a fucking candle to Knapsack.
No. So Knapsack is originally like Jawbreaker worship type band. And then this record, they kind of explore that idea a little bit more and like go into different emo directions with that and a little bit more sticking to the driving Jawbreaker type music that they were going. So
like early Jawbreaker or like
kind of like Dear You, but like it's a good mix.
No, yeah, I would say Dear You. I would maybe say
24. Somewhere right between. Sweet spot.
You sold me. I like Take Back Sunday, but if we're talking about like greatest emo records of all time, I'm kind of like,
yeah. I mean, what's crazy is we got two Long Island guys here voting against Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's like we got one. I only argued with words. You haven't even heard the record. You're like, yeah, that sounds better than Taking Back Sunday.
Literally what you described. I mean, it's just like, look, it's everyone is just like brand new. Taking Back Sunday, Billy Joel, 516, LIRR. It's like, holy shit. Like and then everyone's older brothers, like even bros, like Taking Back Sunday and brand new.
Yeah. Like there's been bands that have covered.
Well, bros definitely love brand new now because of all the
Taking Back Sunday.
My friend's cousin is married to Jesse Lacey. She said he's really weird.
I would say like, bummer for them.
Wait, Jesse Lacey?
Singer brand new. Wait. Remember, didn't you think his name was Brandon at one point?
Might as well.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Can we get a Let's Go Brandon chant?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, we're going to pick Knapsack and we're going to move on.
Yeah.
I do want to say I love this Taking Back Sunday record.
Me too. It's good.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, it's really good. It made it this far for a reason. It was thrown on the list for a reason because it's the one of the era that I think is like truly defining and special.
And really we didn't want to put brand new on here because it makes me upset to listen to them now.
Yeah, but and also One of my first introductions into weirdo pop punk was this Taking Back Sunday record. Not weirdo pop punk. Yeah, weirdo pop punk.
Yeah, weirdo pop punk. MTV.
Weirdo in the sense that it's
weirdo in the sense that I was listening to like
that's not real.
Literally Black Flag and also Taking Back Sunday at the same time and thinking like, oh, yo, this shit is sick.
Yeah,
and thinking it was the same thing. Yeah.
All right, next up. Yeah, Emmett, you have to fucking listen to Knapsack. Okay, next up we have Basement versus Cursive.
This is fucked up that you did that.
Hey, we didn't mean to. It was an accident.
Randomizer, baby.
Yeah, randomizer and whoever lost the last round, which was Mineral. Holy shit.
Basement beat Mineral, right?
Fucking Jawbreaker.
Yeah,
I voted for Jawbreaker, right?
No, you voted for Cursive.
Damn,
you and Johnny voted for Cursive.
Me and Johnny convinced me at that time.
Cursive beat Jawbreaker?
I picked Jawbreaker.
That's a little ridiculous. Okay. Well, if Cursive beat Jawbreaker,
Basement beat Mineral, which is pretty wild.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we fucked up. Can we go back?
Podcast you guys running over here? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, I
stuck with Jimmy World and Basement.
Yo, we had a head on too. Like Johnny is a fucking head. Like he's an emo head.
This Basement record absolutely rips.
Yo, it's so good.
It is. So Emmett, we saw Basement together, right? That one time with like Super Heaven and Basement, and I forget who else was on that show. I'm pretty sure you were there.
Fuck. Bro, that wasn't a Front Bottom show, was it? Basement straight up opened for Front Bottoms once.
Wait, it might have been.
Yo.
It might have been the front. Was it the Front Bottoms? Super Heaven and the Basement.
Dude, that sounds like such a bad show just because the Front Bottoms is on there.
Dude, I've seen the Front Bottoms like 8 times.
I know. We were like so pumped on the Front Bottoms.
Yo, okay, so that first record I was so stoked on because I was like, this sounds like Tom DeLonge.
That was when I saw him
playing folk punk. And so I was like super sold on that. And then they just kept that going. And I was like, this sucks.
Dude, Emmett and I got a really great photo with the singer.
Dude, that should be your background. You have to make it punk looking. Yeah.
We both did like dumb faces and he just smiled genuinely and was like, "Oh, you guys are doing silly faces." And then we laughed awkwardly and walked away. It was pretty cool. But I decided I don't like Cursive.
What?
Dude. Okay.
What the fuck?
So I realized I fucked up. Domestica should have been the album.
I do agree.
I think it's the most emo.
So yeah, we talked about this last time where
like with a capital E. Like,
we picked Ugly Organ. Originally, well, Ian did, so I listened.
The favorite.
I did because I was like, yo, we got to get, because I do love the Ugly Organ. Like I do think it's like fucking really, really fucking sick.
That's a front to back album that I had.
Debatable.
I can see why. Actually, because I was listening to it earlier and I was like, I got bored and I realized that's why I don't throw it on all the fucking time.
I feel like it's because a mood record.
You gotta be in the full mood. When the full mood hits, though, that album rips.
Yeah. So
Domestica, though.
What I'm trying to say is, so you picked the Ugly Organ. I listened to it before the last step, and I was like, I don't like this. And then we talked about it with Johnny, and then both you and him were like, you should have done Domestica. Like, why is that not on here? I listened to Domestica the next day and I was like, this is a good record. I like this. And then I just listened to the Ugly Organ right before we hopped on Zoom. And I was like, this is the Black Parade.
Also, I watched a YouTube video recently about the Black Parade and,
sick.
I would listen to the whole album all the way through and I was like, damn, this is pretty sick.
Yeah,
but besides that, I am feeling fucking really arsler here about the idea that Jawbreaker didn't make it. Like what were we talking about? Like how did that
Johnny convinced you to pick Cursive?
I don't remember. Like I don't know how that could have happened. Like now that I'm like thinking about it, like how was I okay with that?
Well, it's like this magical spell that you have over Emmett right now where anything you say, he just agrees with.
No, I broke that early. I broke that after the first two. I was like, no, think for yourself.
But that's what Johnny had on you that whole last step. You were so enthralled.
Yeah,
he's charismatic.
This is how
he's
like
a
cults
charismatic
start.
guy.
You just have a strong personality, and you'd be like, yeah, maybe I should fucking shoot this guy. But what if he's a senator?
Dude, Johnny should start a cult. But anyways,
Emmett, you should shoot. Wait, we can't say things like that anymore, right?
Yeah, right.
We shouldn't say things like that.
Going to kill the president. of the United States
anyway,
of
I just
America.
This Basement record's really good. Like, I mean, I can say right now, like you're saying, this Cursor record, you definitely got to be in the mood. And I have not been in the mood the 2 times I've listened to it. But this Basement record, any moment of any day, put it on. Like I'm car moshing. I'm having a great time.
Yo,
and I'm sad while doing it.
Emmett, while just like off this, Jawbreaker or this Basement record, what would you pick? Jawbreaker 24 hour.
Wait, which Basement record is it?
Wish I Could Stay Here.
I Wish I Could Stay Here. Their best one.
Yes.
All the way through.
Color Me Kindness is pretty good, but this is better.
It's got the hit. It's got some hits, but doesn't have the fucking
yoke. Let's go.
Emo record.
Yeah.
Because it's hard because like I always just want to go with like which one do I like better, but there's a criteria.
Which one do you like better?
No. Which one do you like better? Which one?
I like the Basement one better. I
Let's
listen to that one more. I don't. It's just the one. Maybe I am a fucking Zoomer, guys. I don't know.
No, I'm actually. So here's the deal: is if Basement was put against that Jawbreaker record, I think I would pick that Jawbreaker record. I don't know what I was doing with this cursive situation. Like I'm kind of fucking pissed at myself right now for allowing this to happen.
Classic Ian.
This is the one thing I didn't want to happen with this fucking thing. And it did.
Fucked up. Yeah, but anyways,
I fucked up. So
Basement's really good.
Basement's going on. I'm gonna go Basement.
Yeah.
I think Domestica could have had an argument.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Dude.
It's just like
I kind of wish let's just give Jawbreaker a chance again.
Maybe. Probably can't do that.
Also, I was listening to Dear You earlier today.
Yeah.
Threw it on.
Mm-hmm.
24-Hour Revenge Therapy is a better record.
Whoa, hot take.
You guys kind of convinced me last week, and I threw it back on just to like hear it. Nah, dude. 24-Hour Revenge Therapy is the better record.
It's a fair opinion, but I think you're incorrect.
Yeah, you don't have songs about fucking going to high school that you wrote at fucking 28, dude. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Weird. Yeah, like versus like you have songs that are just like genuine little like fucking pop punk numbers about like you've never been in love so much. Like that shit is so good.
All right, Ian, you ready for your brain to break?
Dude, this one.
We got American football versus Sunny Day Real Estate. This is honestly the last one. Like this could be for first place. But here we are.
So I was trying to do my research with this and it still was impossible. Still impossible.
American football is the more popular, I think.
American football is the most popular. Never Meant is such a good song.
It is unbelievable. It's honestly,
it's a TikTok meme now.
It is a TikTok meme, but like,
which kind of makes me mad.
Does that detract?
Zoomers don't.
No, it's deservedly so though. Like
deservedly so.
You know when that part where it's like, I can't sing the part where it builds, but then it goes like. But then it drops, and it drops so hard, and then the snare comes in too, and like that shit is so rocking. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this American football record, I think, hits every spectrum of emo, other than like screamo stuff. You know, like it's twinkly. It's a little driving in spots. It's got horns. It does the horns correctly. The only thing is he doesn't get screamy with it, which it's fine.
Never gets screamy with it. However, but like, honestly, breakdown at the end where it's like the slow jammy like emo vibes that are going on.
Hold on. Honestly, I have a fucking question.
Yeah, for sure.
What happened to Captain Jazz?
Oh, they lost first round.
To who? Fucking Basement?
I think somebody was mad about it. Johnny was mad about it.
Johnny was mad about it, but who did they go up against? They went up against Glockamora.
You guys fucking picked Glockamora over Captain Jazz for the emo shit because
we did.
No shame on that one. Actually,
no shame.
I'm fully would do that again.
Me too. And that's why it won 2 versus 3, bitch. And it didn't help that I guess at the time Joey, I think, just like he did.
No, that was the one he knew he could talk about.
And then we outvoted him right away.
No, I don't even think he voted Captain Jazz because I think I convinced him because I was like, this is like Captain Jazz, but like more thought through and fucking 2 beers drunk.
But
and the guy's like a grown man.
Sunny Day Real Estate. This record diary is exceptionally good. So much so that when you look up people's stupid online listicles of top emo records, when they have like Panic at the Disco as number 1, Diary is still on that list somehow. So like even dorks think of this before they think of American football for some reason. A lot of
Rolling
it's a dork
record. It's number 1.
Yeah, it is a dork record. That is so true.
But except I've seen a picture of the guy wearing like a Thrasher t-shirt from the 90s.
That's not something a dork would do, dude.
Hell no.
It's not dork behavior.
And I think I mentioned this last time where they do the names of their songs are so good.
Wait, but because emos are dorks, kind of.
They are.
In a way. Because they get picked on.
But like this record has like numbers as names of the records, but then it also has numbers spelled out. And then it has just like nonsense names as well. So very funny.
The other thing about this record is it is that actual debate amongst like emo of like you have the twinkles with the earnest ass lyrics versus you have the heavy with the
unintelligible,
undecipherable lyrics that you assume are very personal and very real. Although I'm pretty sure Connor would hate this because I'm pretty sure
he's very Christ-like.
Well, he didn't convert at this time, but I'm listening to this song and it seems like it's about Christ. Like I'm 80% sure
Jesus is not emo.
Well, I mean, song about an angel is on this record.
Songs about Jesus are not emo, but do you guys think Jesus like was emo?
No,
not at all.
He was like he definitely
so chill.
Okay, so
he was like a Mumford and Sons.
Songs about Jesus are emo.
No,
Jesus was not emo.
Okay,
dude,
Mineral is correct. Minerals is a Jesus band.
Yeah, they're literally a Christian punk band.
Yeah,
you're about to call them a hardcore band.
Are they in the last fucking?
Connor voted him out. So did Johnny. That wasn't my fault. I was uplifting Christ with that one. So,
Christ, who Jesus is around today, he would probably listen to Mumford and Sons.
Who was
straight up.
He'd wear suspenders.
He on that dork shit.
Okay, so this is offensive because Jesus is around today. So
he's alive in all of us.
He is. No, he's literally alive in heaven. But whatever. Go off.
He sucks.
Stop.
Anyways, I mean, it's really, really hard. This is really hard. And Johnny, I know you're not watching this. I know you're not an hour deep in this, so it's fine. I can say this. He won't know. I'm picking American football over Sunny Day Real Estate.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to go the other way. I think if I had 2 records,
don't make me be the tiebreaker on this, dude.
Fuck, okay, sorry.
No, I mean,
sorry, but you are.
It would be it would make for good entertainment if I was, but like I don't know.
It's really hard. Neither is a good answer.
No matter what, you're getting hung for it because I honestly think that like hit me in the right mood on one day, I would maybe pick American football. And I will say both these records are a little too long.
They are a little too long.
They both are a little too long.
Yeah, they're not front to back.
Dude, Diary is an hour and 4 minutes.
And so here's my losing points of American football is that like it's also the blueprint of math rock for a lot of people. And there's like 3 like instrumental songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like honestly is like a 2-minute song and then with 4 minutes of outro. Ripping ass outro. But like and then versus Sunny Day is just
got more words.
Got more words.
Well, also American football, this is only a 40-minute record. It's actually not that long.
It just
feels long.
Sunny Day is a little more dynamic in sound too, which I think kind of gives it more emo points because it does like soften and explode and stuff like that, versus the explosions that happen in Never Meant is just like riff change.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say this is a benefit for Sunny Day, even though I am still picking American football. American football, I think, is the more popular choice among like the general public, but Sunny Day is probably the pick over like the heads.
Right, the more correct choice.
Yeah, the more like dorks will pick that. That's why it's on the list.
So if I pick American football, it's because
you're normie.
I'm a Zoomer millennial who never got into real emo, and I don't know what I'm talking about. If
you pick Sunny Day, you're an incel.
I'm an incel.
According to the copy pasta, neither are emo, right?
That is true.
What?
The copy pasta.
What?
The real emo is only emotive hardcore from DC. Da, da, da.
True.
If you keep following that, it says Sunny Day Real Estate is not emo.
Yeah.
Neither is
American football.
So Emmett, what are you picking? Incel writer for Noisy or millennial normie? Sorry, super.
I don't think Mike. Well, Mike Kinsella is not a millennial normie. He's like an alcoholic, right?
Yeah, something like that. He's not a millennial normie. He's an alcoholic, right?
I'm gonna go with American football. I mean,
for
me, it has more. It's a personal choice. As pretty much every single one that I voted for has just
that's how this works.
Which one do I like?
Wait, who did I vote for?
Sunny Day.
Okay, good.
You idiot.
Okay, good.
Yeah, like you
Wait,
can't.
how did American football win? Did you not vote for Sunny Day?
This guy fucking voted for American football, dude.
We both picked American football.
He called him an incel writer for Noisy.
I'm busy.
You need to take some fucking Ritalin, dude.
It's like there's no right answer.
There's no right answer.
Speaking of no right answer, let's just go to the next round because
that sounds about right. All right, we got Algernon Cadwalader versus Rites of Spring. So, American Football, Sunday Real Estate, not exactly the same time period, but like in my mind, they're kind of close together.
Yeah,
Algernon and Rites of Spring are very far apart time-wise.
Different,
but I think they're both immensely popular and beloved bands.
I'm not even going to hear an argument. Algernon.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm not even going to argue for it. You guys can cook on this one, but like I don't know.
So Emmett.
So I don't know if you know this, but emo comes from the Washington D.C. emotional hardcore scene.
Oh, true. Emmett, do you like Rites of Spring? Have you listened to them before this pod, or?
I've listened to them before, and I listened to them. I went into them after the Promise Ring, I think, and I was like, oh. I said that about Jimmy Eat World. I don't remember, but like after.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, like cool, and then I was like, after a couple songs, I'm like, yeah, like it's just like Ian MacKaye, just like doing more. Or is that him? Who is it? Who's the guy?
Yeah, it's Guy from Fugazi.
No, I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of Embrace.
Fucking yeah. Sorry.
Embrace loses for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Now I got to get in.
Anyway,
well, Embrace rules, but Rites of Spring is a little better.
Put on Rites of Spring. I was like hell yeah, let's go. And then I was kind of like, it's the same. I don't know. It's like it rips. I don't know. It go. You don't agree?
No.
What?
No, keep going. Keep cooking.
Wait, maybe I'm fucking getting my albums.
Hold on. No. There's only one album. I do think that it is a dynamic record. Like I do. Like not only I already said dynamic earlier today, so I'm not going to go back to that. But I do think that it's a record that like changes up pretty a lot. Like it's not same the entire time. It actually has like good differences. It's a little long for a punk record. I will say it's a little long for a punk record
because it's an emo record.
But
maybe I shouldn't say it's the same and it's not dynamic.
But
I just got tired of it.
Yeah, I could see that, and I know like his voice does like fluctuate a little bit, but I could see how you could get tired of his voice. Like that's 100% for sure.
Just
the tone on it,
and
production kind of makes it sound kind of like samey, but I think it's just because they're like it's an old record.
It's from the 80s.
It's from the 80s, and like they didn't know what they were doing.
80s.
But like you listen to songs like Nudes, and then throw on like deeper what is it For Want Of? Like
For Want Of is one of the best songs ever made. It's so good. And especially we were talking about emo stuff, like the lyrics for it are so good. The like guitar on it is like the riff on it is like so good. It's undeniable.
And then some of these songs sound like straight up 80s hardcore records. Some of these songs you hear it and you're like, oh, this is what 90s emo was pulling from. You hear some of these things like, oh, this is where Scrams became Scrams, which I noticed all that because again, like my lack of credit showing, but I listened to this for the first time recently. You had a label, dude. You're more punk than both of us, to be honest.
I'm the most punk person
like 8
here.
Months. I think everyone's mad at me. I see all that, and my one note is it was the first ... but is it the best? ?
Fair point. I saw Aljon Cadwell at her second to last show. It's pretty cool.
I got to catch them.
So Algernon, if we're talking about Algernon, why I'm kind of just saying Algernon is like my like one of my bands. You know what I mean? Like this is I love everything about
me too. Everything. Remember last week when Johnny was talking shit on Algernon and you and I were just like, yeah, that's fair. Anyways, Algernon.
Yeah, we both were just like, okay, but like, no, this is like, I think it takes, he was like, oh, it's just a Cap and Jazz ripoff. I'm like, no, it's a Cap and Jazz, like, better off. I don't, there's nothing clever to say there, but like, it is a better, like, it takes what Cap and Jazz did and then
next level,
hook it to the next level. And like, this happens in punk, like, that's like normal. That's like why you like, or people like, I don't know.
People keep making
like
bands.
Motion City Soundtrack.
Yeah, people like Motion City Soundtrack over Ghetto Kids, which is like understandable to me. Like I understand why people do that because it did just like do it and take it up a notch. Or like I'm trying to think of like a good example in like hardcore, but like I don't know, Carry On's a better band than Youth of Today, even though it just took an up the ante. So like, and upping the ante is fucking, it's hard. Good. Like you have to like. It's evolution, it's progression, and it's really good. And
also I think Algernon does a better job. I mean, they're like poppy, right? It's a poppy-ish record, where Rites of Spring is just more of like a punk record. And both things are emo. Like emo is hardcore and it's also poppy to an extent. And I think this one
way.
Yeah, and I think this really comes down to the personal preference, where like Algernon is poppy, frantic math rock, and Rites of Spring is just to me like an 80s hardcore record that's a little sad, and I love it.
That's why I think it deserves a lot of respect for that. Like that's like they were like innovative as shit with that.
And Ian, I know you went off rip yelling Algernon, but I agree immediately.
But like, okay, so like, I'm not going to give it any disrespect to Rites of Spring. Like, I do think it is like, it's OG, and not only the OG, but it deserves its top spots everywhere for a reason, because it still holds up. It still fucking is sick. Like, it still sounds, to me, it sounds special. I know that maybe I think I could hear the argument that it doesn't. Like, it just sounds like an old mess.
No, I think I need to listen to it again. I mean,
it's fine.
I did a speed run of a lot of emo records and gave like hot takes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, this is sick. All right, cool. And then I was doing other things and I was like, all right, same voice. Next.
Yeah. But I mean, to be honest, can we also talk? You're an Algernon fan, right? Like you've been an Algernon fan?
It's also my bias.
Is this not your record? Or is this your record? Or
yeah. What do you like better? Record? Yeah, Paraflies or some kind of Cadwalader?
Or are you a demo guy?
Or are you a guy like me that likes the demo better? Because I'm a contrarian piece of shit.
I think I like Parrotflies. I don't know.
Same with
Is
Ian.
that like the easy answer? I don't know.
No.
I mean, I like all.
But it was so when me and Connor made this table, he was like, he actually said demo mixed with this record, and right. I was like, no, but Parrotflies is the record, and basically I've just kind of been asking people who are on the pod what they thought.
I mean, some of my favorite Johnny, songs of theirs are from the demo, but
dude, shirt rips. Let's go.
So the argument that I allowed, and I didn't argue too much for Parrotflies is like a fun vacation record.
It's too party.
And this record, while is a good time, does have those emo elements. But I don't think first of all, Parrotflies does have the emo elements. It is thematically a song about like having fun in the sun, but
yeah,
that the themes of it aren't reflecting the actual lyrical nature, which is talking about like struggles with being sad, which is so lame, but like we are talking about emo, and that's what it is. Like it's not that deep, you know what I mean? But like I think Algernon Parrotflies,
it ain't that deep. And talking about going to the beach, having a good time, I think it's time to throw to our sponsor for this week.
This week's episode of Is It Punk Podcast is brought to you by going to the beach, having a good time, playing volleyball with the boys, kicking sand in some dork's fucking face. The good stuff.
We're going into the semifinals.
Quarterfinals.
It would be the semifinals.
No, it's the quarterfinals because we're getting down to the final four now. We have the final 8. You silly little boy.
I don't know any.
We have so much more to go. Thankfully, we've already talked ad nauseum about a lot of these bands, so we could probably make a lot quicker decisions here.
Yeah. One would hope.
One would fucking hope. With that being said, let's get right to the shit. We got Jimmy Eat World Clarity versus I Hate Myself 10 Songs. Pretty crazy. I like both these records, but I love one of them.
Okay. Can we play some music just to kind of like just a slight dude?
Nope.
Fuck. Come on, dude. Just a little like 30 little like a 20 little second little number.
Partially because it's funny to just say no to you.
Okay, so let me then fine. Fuck it. Jimmy Eat World, done.
Oh. I'm picking 10 songs.
We're just putting on Emmett songs.
I'm going with Jimmy Eat World too.
Well, I knew he was going to pick Jimmy Eat World, and I think that is a fair take. I'm not arguing it.
I picked 10 songs in the last round, I think, but I don't know. We're going emo with the fucking capital E.
Emo with a capital E.
This is one of those. This is like, okay, so like, been trying to come up with a big four, and then maybe this is another discussion, but like, because the big four metal, you guys know about the big four metal, right?
Yeah, iron, copper, nickel.
Exactly. Zinc. No, we got Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Metallica.
Yeah, all suck.
Yeah. By me, Connor, friends.
Did you guys really not like any of those bands?
Metallica is fine. Slayer is kind of hard, but I've never like gotten into them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anthrax sucks, and the other one, Megadeth, is not that good.
Okay, fun little thing. I think that like it would be like Jimmy Eat World, Sunny Day, American Football, and maybe Ghetto Kids. Like I think that would be the big four of like if we're going like 90s emo, like I think those are the big four. Like they didn't invent emo, like just like those
they hit it hard.
The big four didn't really invent metal. They kind of like put a name to thrash metal and kind of changed up the sound a little bit. But I think this band did the same. These four did the same for regular emo. I think Promise Ring could maybe be thrown in there and be debated.
I think Mineral could as well.
And Mineral could as well.
But yeah, no, Jimmy Eat World's great. They're an all-time band.
I like how Jimmy Eat World is already next because
I mean we voted. I picked I Hate Myself. You both picked Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I love Jimmy Eat World pre-American football. I mean, not American football. Bleed American. Like Bleed American's great. Everything behind it is great. Everything after Bleed American, we don't need to get into. We don't need to discuss futures. But yeah, it's a no-brainer. I Hate Myself, I think, is a great band, good record, but it doesn't fully stand up to Clarity, and I get it.
Yeah.
This next one, though, this is gonna be some tough stuff. We got Snowing versus the Hotelier.
I'm gonna let Connor or Emmett go first because
Emmett, cook on this. You do that. You cook.
I think Snowing. Honestly,
I like we're just throwing it here. Okay, so I do want to talk about these in comparison. I do actually want to have that discussion.
I guess.
So the reason why, like we talk about how Hotelier has these like big moments that fucking gut you, and it's all not only is it political, but it's
personal,
and it's gets into hardcore like a little bit, and it gets into this, and it's just like a really fucking solid, well-rounded record that we all love and keep going back to. But I haven't dived into and appreciated Snowing's lyrics as much. For me, they just seem more just like of what I would, when you say emo bands, like I would put Snowing on that list before I put Hotelier. Kind of maybe just gut, like knee-jerk reaction. And just with like their lyrics and how they're kind of scramsy-ish, so like, or at least not scramsy, but he's just in his vocals and everything is just more...
It's more obviously emo.
Yeah, I think it's just more obviously emo, and not that like, that's all right.
I'm gonna push back on you, even though
that's fine. That's why
I'm gonna choose Snowing. I already know I am, but like,
so you're just devil's advocate.
Yeah, devil's advocate. So, but like,
classic
devil's
teacher
advocate
move.
The devil's advocate of Hotelier is their emo is definitely drawing from a more 90s thing, like lyrically and production wise, like this shit's like heavy sounding, like it does have that, like it has like spacey kind of vibes to it, like not there's space in between riffs and like in between like guitar strums or whatever. I don't know about music, but like you know what I'm talking about here when you hear it. It does have a heavy sound that like is kind of like pulling from in certain ways, like that like the Sunny Day Real Estate type vibe. Like I think that like that's kind of, there is like a little bit more like modernization, and especially like, it does have like full like pop punk kind of things going on too, because like Hotelier, like their first album has that straight up legit ass, just straight up like posi-core song. Like
Holiday.
Our lives would make a set boring movie. Like
that's I will also say, I think I probably like Hotelier's album
more.
Do I like it better? I don't know. I probably find myself going back to listen to it more.
But I think that's what should be your voting points to me.
I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to think of what is like emo pantheon.
Yeah, but this, I feel like this record hasn't had time to breathe enough yet. That I think that it also would. It is emo pantheon.
It's almost like 10 years old.
It's almost 10 years old, and like, but like, and like you put both those two. They're both
not
in
enough time.
Not enough time. Okay, so dude, I hate being fucking old.
They didn't come around with the new Jawbreaker until 15 years later.
Yeah. Okay. But like, this is like, I think kids, I don't know about the kids.
Okay. Kids today are going to pick Hotelier because kids today don't know what snowing is.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, well, yeah, that would be one. And because also on top of that, like,
aren't they at the same time? The snowing is like a little earlier, right? But like,
no, well, snowing ended
3 years earlier.
Yeah. Snowing ended when Hotelier was starting. So like when Hotelier put out their first record, I think snowing was like still around, but kind of on the outs.
And like I said, like I think Our Lives Make a Sad Boring Movie from their 2011 release, It Never Goes Out by the Hotelier.
Love it.
That song is a straight up like Wonder Years fucking
song. but it's good though.
That's it's the same shit.
Wonder Years.
To all the people making love from Lust.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, so what is more emo? Doing graffiti on a house, or living in what looks like a fucking like den of like a squalid like shit shack like the Snowing album cover, which I like that we're both at houses here.
Wait, because the cat, right?
Yeah, he's like holding a little kitty cat, and he's like
hanging out in his friend's backyard, smoking a cig, and holding a cat.
And the house looks like dog shit. Like it looks terrible.
It's some guy's house.
Yeah,
no, it's literally. So the reason I vibed with that so much, it looks like the backyard of like my friends had this house in like Santa Barbara, which means nothing to you guys, but like
I know what a map looks like.
They had this house my friends moved away from like my hometown, which I have never left, but they moved away. And when they moved away, they all got like a little apartment together. And it reminded me of that vibe of like us, like they had a dog and we would just like fuck with the dog and like, like take pictures of us, like literally holding the dog in like a weird fucked up place.
Yeah. Classy stuff.
Dog.
Yeah. And like, that's what like
baseball,
that's what the Snowing album gives the vibe of just like dumb shit. Young 20s.
Yeah. Young 20s, real piece of shit. Dummy mood.
Emmett, in your young 20s, like, do you hear Snowing and you're like, this sounds like my brain? Because that's what I listen when I listen to Snowing. I'm like, oh, this sounds like my young 20s brain.
Literally.
And when I was in my young 20s brain,
it hit.
It fucking hit.
Yeah, exactly. And then like with Hotelier, I'm like, this is good. Like it's solid, big like waves of emotion, but it's more like. Yeah, it doesn't hit in that same.
I think the Hotelier,
raw,
I can
like emo.
I'll listen to the Hotelier my whole life. Like I feel like I'll be 50 and I'll be able to put that record on. That is, if I don't die for McDonald's beforehand. But if I make it to 50, I'll put on this record and I'll still like it the same as I do today because I think the sentiments on it and stuff like that, hit you at like will still hit you as you're older.
Yeah.
But Snowing. I feel like if I put that on when I'm 50, I'll still vibe to it, but I'll be like, but this is I have to be in that 20-year-old brain. That being said,
I know what you mean. Cause
emo is being in a stupid 20-year-old brain. I have to pick Snowing because we're not just picking what our favorite record is. We're picking what is the best emo record of the records that we think are our favorite records.
So now I'm getting mixed.
So I'm going to do a little push.
Oh,
even though we are all voting for Snowing.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm still grown. When I listen to the Hotelier, I still grow and listen to it. Like I'm grown every time I listen to it. I grow a new thing that I love about it, and I feel like in like a couple of years, I may be like, this is one of the best records
of all time.
However, the Snowing fucking grabbed me so hard and did not let go for years. And when I throw this record on, I sing the entire thing front to back.
Yeah.
Like,
and I feel like I'm 20.
I already talked about that, but like, and I don't do the same for Hotelier, except for all the lyrics for Your Deep Rest, because I think that one is the biggest. And I also want to say they actually have a legit Scram song. Like Life and Drag is like more so a Scram songs than anything on the Snowing record.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna go Snowing just because that's where my heart is, and I put personal over political. Sadly, sometimes.
Wow, can't believe it.
That's how you
All right.
want to make it through this world.
I already listened to Propaganda, so I already got my politics all done, lined up. Earth Crisis too.
All right,
So.
bottom 4 here. Emmett's favorite band, Knapsack.
Fuck yeah, dude. Those guys rip.
Versus Basement. So it's really difficult because Emmett has not listened to this Knapsack record.
Okay, can I
say it? Say what you want, bitch.
Never mind. I don't know what you're picking here. I just want to you can't show videos, right?
No.
Damn it. Okay, never mind. Dude,
I can do all of this, but I don't want to.
Basement live at the Sound and Fury 2019 was
so
one of the
coolest
shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like literally watching people like head walk to like crickets through their voices was like some of the most mind-blowing shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's like I wish every emo band could get that treatment, because like that is what emo bands should be having. Like a basement show where everybody's arm around each other singing along and stuff, that works too. Like that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But like huge stage with like 3,000 people and like people are like stage diving and going nuts to like some dork crying on stage. Like that's
the mic cut out during, I know this isn't on the album, but it cut out during Covet. Yeah. And the whole entire place was like just singing was singing Covet. And I know you guys don't like when I sing, but
no, I do. I love it.
When I'm with you, I don't want to be.
I mean, that's a pretty emo fucking line.
And the whole crowd, because the mic's broken. But like the whole time, every time they played like one of their like I Wish I Could Stay Here songs, like the shit went nuts.
So
like,
hard.
Even hearing like the opening riff to Two Crickets Through Their Voices, which is the best song on the record. I don't know if you guys disagree.
I like Yoke the best, but they're all so good.
Dude, that's because that you love a song about being like a middle-class white guy.
It's hard, dude. People don't know how hard it is.
Isn't the song about being like Mom, leave me alone, just leave me in my room by myself?
I think he's yelling at his dad. Okay, so
Dad, leave me alone. I'm a disappointment. Just leave me here.
Pretty much. No, I'm actually just really into like old school farming implements. You know, yoke is the thing they would put on cows to pull plows.
Yoke was my song for a bit. Like that was like I was posting that shit on Tumblr, lyrics in the proper order that me and Connor, you got bolded
and title,
bolded,
long line, song, lyrics, italic, all with the block quote. Yep. Let's go. It's good. It's so good. But this knapsack record knapsack record is not my favorite knapsack record.
It is. No, how have you not changed like decisions on this?
Because the other one's better, but this is really good. So like how I feel about Jimmy Eat World, Bleed American, no, Static Prevails is my favorite record. Bleed American, they're very close together. And then Clarity, there's a good gap between how much I like Clarity and how much I like the other two. But Knapsack, their two records are like that. They're like touching. That's how close I like them.
I literally think this is the record. Even listening to both and being like, yo, this other one's sick. This one is like so fucking good. And
it's a fair point, but it's wrong. But it's a fair point.
Dude. Okay. Damn it, dude. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna go Knapsack with this because I like I said, like this is like one of my early emo records, like of like finding real emo, and this like hit the spot in so many levels. And the only reason I would ever give Basement the time of day, not the time of day, because I think they're really, really fucking good, but also
the best bands of the last 10 years.
Also seeing, they're 100%, and like seeing them in like the context of basically a hardcore fest and seeing hardcore kids lose their fucking mind to this emo shit. I think that should have been given to Knapsack, because I think that Knapsack, if that was given to Knapsack, I would probably say Knapsack is my favorite fucking band of all time. Because like I love this record. I can sing a lot of this record. I think that like fucking what is this song called? Fucking Cold Enough to Break rips ass, but Balancing Act is so good. Like and
the opening song is so good too. Catherine.
So Gone, and then the song that uses the lyrics of like from the album title, which is This Conversation Is Ending, starting right now, and it dude.
So I mean Texas the Reason got kicked out real early, and I'm pretty sure you and Johnny were very mean about it. But the reason I love Texas the Reason so much is because I feel like they got that good treatment. That shout out to that dog, dude. Shout out to that puppy.
We got dogs in the fucking.
My little pup.
Oh, what's up? What's up, pup?
What's up?
What's up, pup?
What I was trying to say is Texas the Reason got that treatment for me because I got to see him at like essentially a hardcore show where people were going nuts. And so like it was like it went so hard. So like that's why in my mind they're like that. And I think same if Knapsack got that treatment, it'd be so hard.
You'd be playing fest and shit like that, but like
not the right. I haven't seen video at least of it. But anyways, Emmett, what do you pick?
Basement. Because I've never listened to the other band. And you guys are both gonna pick Knapsack, so it's fine.
Yeah. No, this Knapsack record deserves a lot.
I believe you guys. I trust it. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I might have just fucked something up here.
No, I'm gonna pick Knapsack. It's very barely. It's very close. I want like Basement. I think would beat out a few of the other bands in this tier if they were paired up against other ones. But in this realm, I had to pick Knapsack, which puts us in another great moment for the next round where Emmett will still not be able to talk about it. Last up here, we have American football versus Algernon Cadwallader. There is definitely a Tumblr post about this.
Yeah.
With some dorks arguing.
This is like one of those ones where you have to
pick Algernon Cadwallader.
No, I was gonna say you got to give it to the OGs, but I mean, I listened to this Algernon record much more than this fucking American football record.
So much more. It's way more listenable. It's way more catchy.
But you also know that Neverment is
one of the greatest songs ever written.
One of the best. Did you ever see that time where I fucking danced to? Yes. Did I post that on?
I think so.
I just went live on I just went live on my own Instagram and danced to American football, and I still have people who I have random peers who have said to me like, "Hey, like you should do more dance videos." And I'm like, "Oh, I did that like once
because you were drunk."
I wasn't even drunk. It was middle of the day. I was just going through a breakup. So
I do remember
interpretive dance
on Tumblr. You posted a video, I think, of you shotgunning a beer in your shower to Snowing.
I have so many shotgunning beer videos on Tumblr that I wish were still there. My favorite one was to the Seinfeld theme.
Yeah, that was.
That one went mildly viral.
I might have reblogged that one.
You 100% did, and from that I got a bunch of followers, and one of the followers was a girl I ended up dating for 4 years.
Yo, shout out to that girl.
Damn, dude.
Shout out to her.
Like she like literally saw the video and then she like followed me, so I followed her back, and then we like hit it off and dated for 4 years, and I have never been the same since.
Then you recorded a video of you dancing to American football.
And she is the reason why you dance American football.
Connor, you fucking asshole.
Dance to American football. So like,
I hope she's listening.
So Snowing lost.
What?
Where's Snowing? What happened to Snowing?
Snowing, I can't. Our brains are bad. No, the Snowing won. They beat Hotelier.
Good. And so they're going to be going up against Algernon. Or no, American football in a little bit.
No, they're going to be going up against Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah, but...
You dingus. Okay, so anyways, I am picking Algernon.
I'm picking American football.
Emmett.
Sorry, Emmett. Again. Sorry.
This
is literally why you're here.
To be honest, we did put you on the spot so that we would have a tiebreaker person.
No,
I keep feeling bad that we keep making you.
I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah, I don't think you guys feel bad.
No, Ian does. He's riddled with Catholic guilt. I'm a sociopath.
Should we?
I'm also riddled with Catholic guilt and a sociopath. So it's like,
should I get my roommate in on this?
What?
No, that'd be too many. We'd have 4 people then.
All right. Yeah.
I would like to know his opinion, but it will not count.
Well, okay, hold on. I'm gonna get him for the next round. Once this finishes up, I'm gonna go grab him.
Okay, for the unimportant votes.
I guess you gotta give it to the OGs. Like,
this is dog shit. This is bullshit.
I don't know. Like, which one do I? Again, like, it's hard. Like, bullet to my fucking face.
I mean, I don't mean to influence.
Better?
Yo,
I don't know. Like front to back. Which one do I have more fun listening to? Probably Algernon.
Algernon is a more fun record.
Respect.
I think it's a more complete record.
But
what?
It's a more complete record.
It's not a more complete record.
It's a more complete record.
It's such a chaotic record. It is such a chaotic record.
I love chaos.
There's no theme. There's no theme to it. The American football record has a theme running through it, and that theme
is a theme.
Let's
to Algernon.
jam the fuck out.
It's
party. Parrot
I'm
flies.
sad.
Parrot flies. Parrot flies is a more complete record.
No, Algernon.
True.
Some kind of Cadwallader is a very sad party, and they're not sure how to party. Which is I kind of vibe with.
I don't. Yeah, whatever. I'm standing by my place here, so it is Emmett.
Yeah, it's almost like I make decisions that I end up voting for like what I feel like deserves the title more so like what I gotta give it to American football.
This is like you voting. This is like you voting for Elizabeth Warren. This is dog
right.
shit.
Yeah, it's like I literally had no better choice, but like.
Just don't vote.
She said she's Native American.
Just don't vote. Damn. All right. Well, I think on that one, we're going to go to our next sponsor. It's definitely not going to be anything political.
Okay.
Drink blood, take the baby. I got the physical will and power to kill this little kid.
All right, so I grabbed my roommate real quick, give a quick hits of we're Super Bowl of Emo. Full disclosure is what we're doing here, and we are going through the we're basically finding the best emo band. We've already gone through the whole thing, but I want to get your opinions on just going through the whole thing. So we're gonna go 1 versus 1. You got to give me the first one that comes to your head without thought. Okay.
Wait, Ian, are you doing from the whole list?
I'm going the whole list. Quick hits.
Wait, so I'm just picking out of the 2 that you're showing me.
Yes, go. Modern baseball versus Jimmy Eat World Clarity.
Jimmy Eat World.
Okay. Promise Ring versus Brave Little Atticus.
Promise Ring.
Okay. Title Fight versus Embrace.
Title Fight.
Anxious. You haven't heard of them. Do you like I Hate Myself?
Yeah.
Okay. Oscar versus Snowing.
Snowing.
Get Up Kids versus Braid.
Get Up Kids.
Hotelier versus Mom Jeans.
Mom Jeans.
What the fuck?
Dude, big move there. Okay, Glockamora versus Cap and Jazz.
Captain Jazz.
Yeah, finally someone who knows what he's fucking talking about.
Chrissy French.
I love Glockamora, but
I've never listened to Knapsack.
Dude, High Tide Hotel versus Taking Back Sunday.
Taking Back Sunday.
High Tide Hotel. I forgot about that. Man.
Mineral versus Basement.
I like Mineral.
Even though they're Christian, man.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, Jawbreaker versus Cursive.
Basement's out.
Cursive.
Ooh,
there we go. Okay,
spicy.
Texas the Reason versus American Football.
American Football.
Hey Mercedes versus Sunday Real Estate.
Hey Mercedes.
You're an idiot. Tiger Jaw versus Algernon Cadwallader.
Algernon.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Jets to Brazil versus Rites of Spring.
Rites of Spring.
Of course.
There it is.
All right, we're gonna go to the end, and we're gonna give you this 4, and we're now at the ending 4. So this is what we ended up with.
Yeah.
Jimmy World Clarity versus Snowing.
I'm gonna go with Snowing.
And we have Knapsack versus American Football LP1.
American football for me.
All right.
Wow.
There we go. We got the roommate's Brent's opinion.
Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot to really take in and
Did I
consider.
just like mix the whole thing up?
I thought that the brave little abacus moment.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
They're pretty sick, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised you never listened to Knapsack.
yeah, I guess I'll have to go listen to them.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
it's
gotta go
only
listen.
I'm not
Ian and I.
surprised.
Here's the thing about Brent. Here's the
Guys
thing about
made
Brent.
me feel like I was
Brent,
the only person in the world never listened to Knapsack.
well, they're fucking good. Brent Bowen is the best surfer in the South Bay.
Wow.
And
A bold statement.
he also was he was sponsored by Globe, the shoe company.
for a little
Dude.
bit.
Fuck yeah.
It was sick while it lasted.
I hear you be riding bikes too.
Yeah, I rode from the Washington, Oregon border down to here to Redondo Beach.
That's so
Fuck.
fucking far.
That's fucking wild. That's awesome.
That was
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, I'll have you on for another pod,
All
but
right, sick.
for right
Meet
now,
you guys.
Get out of here.
Deuces.
I mean, he could stay and just
No,
sit off the side. Okay.
We don't have the funds for this.
All right. Sorry.
Wow.
I think too many heavy hitters got eliminated too early.
Yeah.
I think the
Well-
randomizer might have been a little too kooky.
We did get a little silly, goofy mood with
A
it.
little kooky.
I think we did talk about trying to seed them based on like either the years they came out or like personal preference of what we think is the best versus the worst off rip, and then seed them and see how that turned out. But then we opted for the randomizer, which I think worked out pretty good, and then also led to some real wacky stuff.
not much was changed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if we had Brent on the pod, there was the only big one that was that difference was
I don't think really much of anything.
Cap and Jazz over Glockamora.
Well, yeah, but except we
Yeah.
both picked Lacamora, so he would have got voted out.
And he knocked out Basement right away.
That's true. He did. He picked Mineral over Basement. That is true.
Which is kind of like
also
Fair.
the right. It's like
Valid.
the correct
So,
choice.
I do want to point out that like Brent does actually pull from 90s shit like a lot more. Like I know him and I know
Yeah.
he loves like he like it wasn't even me being like, yo, these bands are sick. Like it was like he was like,
He knows what's up.
you know, he likes the 90s band and like he likes his favorite bands like Built to Spill and shit like that. So like that's
Wow, his favorite band is a shitty band. That's so crazy.
Yo, indie icons, all right? You just don't like indie rock.
actually I think his favorite band's probably like Bomb the Music Industry or like Jeff Rosenstock, but like that's like
That's better. Dude,
It's
shout
my
out to Jeff.
fucking favorite band too. Long Island. That's a good thing they came out of fucking Long Island.
The-
He's
the one good
Brooklyn
thing.
based.
Have you ever heard the do you fuck with Arrogant Sons of Bitches?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't fuck with ska too hard.
Okay, so I was
but
like a
Good.
I mean,
ska head.
I know,
found
yeah.
Jeff
I
Rosenstock.
had,
Wait,
ska
you know,
face
you
too,
can just
dude.
tell that I'm a ska guy.
yeah, I know, dude. Look at you. No, I was gonna say, I know. I had a ska face too. So
No,
Ian's
but I
still
like.
in it.
Well, dude. Okay, so are we gonna talk punk news break? Bow, 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 bow.
Nope.
Okay. This. Okay. Anyway, fucking that one band that's very important. Operation Ivy had a reunion essentially.
ooh,
Wow.
For
Okay.
one song for a fucking to raise money. But I was gonna say Jeff Rosenstock, Arrogant Sons of Bitches. I fucked with heavily Arrogant Sons of Bitches in high school. Before
mhm.
like this is gonna be the one thing where I was like, oh, before it was fucking cool, but before BTMI like was
Yeah.
around, I was fucking
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Arrogant Sons of Bitches, and they recorded a cover of. They did a live show where they only did Taking Back Sunday songs,
That's pretty gnarly.
and it was so
That's
fucking
wild.
good.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
so Long
recorded.
Island.
I've actually in like years ago I like DM'd Jeff, and I DM'd the fucking keyboardist who was running like labels and stuff like that. Like he was doing shit at the time of Arrogance to the Bitches, and I asked him like, do you have the recordings of Taking Back Sunday? Because I know you uploaded a couple songs here and there. And they're like, no, we don't have the recordings. They did release a full recording of them doing a Radiohead cover set, which is also fucking really good. But I really want to hear the whole Taking Back Sunday like set. Like it literally, that's when I so I fucked with Taking Back Sunday. I heard them do that cover, and I was like, okay, I'm back in on Taking Back Sunday.
we got two beer Ian in on full rip.
3 beers, baby.
No,
almost done with
this
this.
Guy talking about the ASOB.
Okay,
Arrogant sons of bitches.
So we got Jimmy Eat World Clarity versus Snowing. I could do whatever if I wanted.
Happy, I forgot what Brent said, but did he say Snowing? Because I'm going to say Snowing.
I think he did. I'm Emmett. What are you doing here? Because I know you've been slamming on that Jimmy World dong pretty hard on this pod so far.
I have, but now I'm like,
this is where it
gets tough.
Emmett, I know you're thinking.
No, you didn't interrupt.
This is where you hit the point.
So
this is where you hit the point of 2 completely different aspects of emo coming head to head.
Yeah.
And then it also becomes like even 2 schools of thought of what emo should be. Should emo be poetic and like
polished,
thought-provoking and polished and kind of big sounding,
or should it be drunk and screaming,
messy, drunk and screaming about the first things that come to your head, I assume, from those lyrics? And so like, yes. Yeah, and for me, that's what I got into.
3 beer Ian picks Snowing. Who would have thought?
Should I shotgun a beer?
Yes. Pop a hole in the bottom of that glass.
Fuck, I wish I don't have any beers. God damn it.
I have like these beers like a fucking IPA. I only have one left.
Oh, you got a hazy DDH? Yeah, shotgun a hazy double dry hop, dude.
I'll do it for the pod. I used to do fucking shit like
I'd be so scared that you would destroy your computer if you did that right now.
Sediment like in the back of your throat.
Did you ever hear about the time that I did destroy my computer? We're not talking about Tumblr shit. We're done. Tumblr shit is dead.
We're 30. We don't talk about that anymore.
Left me.
All right, so we're picking Snowing.
Yeah.
Next up.
That's tough. That's weird. That's like weird. It almost feels wrong.
It feels wrong.
Are we still talking about
it so quickly?
Okay, so like, I'll put the graphics back.
This is the school of thought that we have. Like this is like,
yeah. I mean, we've already talked about them ad nauseum, so we don't really need to go into detail about it. But like, Snowing,
I think we could talk about it for 20 more minutes.
Of course, we goddamn could. But I think Snowing is our choice here. It's like you said,
in terms of just like.
It's more off-rip, deeply passionate,
scrappy, raw,
scrappy.
Like,
it has a lot of essence of punkness that I think that people like. And this is a punk podcast, but like a lot of people disregard like scrappy ass emo and just like really like heart in your sleeve emo, but like that shit is what Minor Threat was doing. Like they were being heart in your sleeve. Like that shit
Very
is
true.
coming from like the real shit. And even if you're going to be putting your heart in your sleeve about having your first beer in Jay's bedroom, like that also is just as real and just as punk, and that shit is sloppy and messy, and it's such a good record. You feel it the moment it hits.
And with that being said, we're on to Knapsack versus American football.
This is a slam dunk for me. You know this.
This is what. So first of all, I gotta say,
I can't be the tiebreaker.
Emmett. What are you picking here, buddy?
I just said I can't be the tiebreaker on this one because I haven't fucking listened to Knapsack.
So Emmett's picking American football. Ian,
yeah, just like by default. So
where's
it's up
the
to
slam
you
dunk
guys.
for you? Where's the slam dunk for you, you little bastard,
dude? No problem, dude.
This is so funny to me because I'm picking Knapsack.
That's how good fucking Knapsack is, and they don't give enough play. That's why we did this fucking podcast. That's why we did it. You fuckers who are
not,
into
man.
this shit for a fucking unbiased thing.
We started this.
We did this to talk about Knapsack and how good this fucking record is and how good it doesn't get enough play. It doesn't get enough respect. People don't put enough respect on its name, and it's the fucking emo record. It is the emo record. It sounds like every little piece of emo that there is that is out there. Like it's not okay, so maybe it's not noodly as much, but if we're taking every bit of the 90s, every like scrappy punk thing that we talked about, every like I fucking died, dude. I lost my train of thought. That's so fucked up.
We'll be right back after this message.
I'm a person just like you.
Straight Edge started in Washington, D.C. in 1981 with a band called Minor Threat. They didn't need drugs, they didn't need to smoke, so that was basically Straight Edge.
But I've got better things to do.
I've been Straight Edge for about 2 years. I don't want to intoxicate myself.
And then sit around and fuck my head.
A lot of people, think that, you need drugs to have a good time.
Hang out with the living dead.
Once you're Straight Edge, you can see things a lot clearer. I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so that's what's important to me.
Snort white shit up my nose.
Pass out at the shows.
It's pretty much a movement. It's moving all different directions, and there's kids with all different ideas, and ideas are always going to grow.
I don't even think about speed. That's something I just don't need.
The way I look at Straight Edge, it's about helping one another.
I've got Straight Edge.
An egg in a frying pan or whatever. This is your brain on drugs. Like how much of an impact is that going to have on you? I mean, I don't know of anything else, before 1981 that's done that much to bring kids together to be drug free as much as Straight Edge has.
And here we are, the finals of the 2022 Super Bowl of Emo.
It's like
Ian, shut the fuck up. Ian, shut the fuck up. We have Snowings. I could do whatever I wanted if I wanted. Versus Knapsacks. This conversation is ending starting now. Emmett.
Wait, why are we stopping conversation?
Emmett, I need to know which one you're picking here.
Again, I don't know. This might just make it very easy. I can't pick Knapsack because I have not listened to Knapsack because I guess I'm not really an emo kid after all.
Okay, fair.
So I just have to default and go with Snowing.
True. But would you say also Snowing is maybe like one of your top bands?
Yeah.
So
and definitely in terms of emo bands. If you ask in terms of emo bands, it's one of my top bands.
Yeah.
If you ask me my top 10 ever,
probably not.
I don't know if probably not, but
top 30 ever, maybe.
Yeah, they'd be on top 30.
Top 30. Okay.
I liked them a lot. I like this record a lot. It's not, but
Ian, you're looking pretty weird over there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
He doesn't over here. I'm thinking about devious thoughts, thinking devious things.
He has a lot of power in his hands.
I do, huh? You know what? This has been through a lot. We've talked about a lot of this band versus this band, and it kind of caused this fucking really chaotic riff going on. That
that's true.
This is such a fucking hard thing to choose. But I think that I think that I'm gonna go with Snowing.
Ian, we started this to talk about Knapsack.
Yo, this Snowing record was so important to me. I cannot stress. I will say I caught Knapsack when I was 18 years old, and I was like, this is I was like, oh, I fuck with this. This is hard. Emo. This emo? Fuck yeah, I love emo. That was Knapsack for me. 100%. But Snowing, I threw that record on the other day, and I kept driving around for about 10 more minutes so I could finish the record. I wouldn't do that for Knapsack. I wouldn't do that for, honestly,
a lot of bands.
This whole list, to be honest.
Maybe and you probably don't even have good parking by you. Or do you have a driveway?
Yeah, I make my roommate park in the
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Sorry, Brent.
Park on the street. No, he sold it to me.
Nice.
So, but like, yeah, no, looking through this list, I think that this is the only record that I have to finish. I have to do the whole thing. If I start it, I'm going the whole way.
So, I mean, we started this Super Bowl of Emo specifically to talk about Knapsack and how Knapsack's really good. Joey didn't listen to it at all. It wasn't on his list to listen to, but I know he has listened to them. Jonny didn't really care about them, and then Emmett didn't listen to them.
Neither did Brent.
And neither did Brent.
Okay, so the fact they got second place is hugely important.
Hugely important because you and I were on here. We like them, but
hugely important because I defaulted out every time they came up to bat, and you guys both voted for them every time. So
we would have no matter what. Like,
yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay.
So it would have been a more interesting conversation. Maybe you could have swayed me in the way that I swayed you.
Yeah, maybe.
But I will say also, Ian,
the devil tongue that you do.
I'm also picking snowing.
So looks like I have to do it, right?
Yeah. Three ways here. We're picking snowing.
You have to go to bed right after you have.
They're the 2022 champions. This is a historic event. There's only one way to cap this off.
All right. So you know what? Only way to celebrate this is I have to shotgun a bear.
Shotgun a bear.
Got my knife out though.
God.
Oh.
Wow, everybody. I want to thank everybody for doing this for us. I want to thank Joey from Kirby Grip. I want to thank Jonny from Burlington. And I want to thank Emmett from that Crucial Dude show.
Also Brent?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
All those years ago.
Super Bowl Emo. Let's go.
Ooh. Gone in 60 seconds. Gone in.
Salute to you, Ian.
Salute to Emo.
I hope you don't get fired over this. Goodbye, everybody.
Fuck yourself, everybody.
I gotta go get a bunch of tall boys from the bodega and shotgun them all.
Wow, this was a lot.
Yeah.
You're telling me.